Welcome to Bloq Marketing Creative Solutions. I'm Evie, and today I'm going to be covering some information about a client that we onboarded a few years ago. When we started with this company, they didn't have a website, they didn't have a logo, they didn't have anything. It was a brand new company that was started back in 2020. But forward to a few months later, after they decided to move forward, even though in 2020 it was very hard because a lot of businesses either had to close down because of the pandemic and so on. And fortunately, they decided that it was best to move forward with the plan in creating this new business called MCapital Holdings LLC, a mortgage lender for commercial and residential. Now, I'm going to cover a few points just to let you know how we, Bloq Marketing, were able to help them generate some leads with some existing contacts that they gathered throughout the years. So we had an objective and challenge. That's the first thing that I'm going to cover. And then lead generation methods. What was it? System, what type of system that we use, and the execution, and finally the report. Now, one of the things that we had to overcome was, first of all, in order for us to send these contacts a piece of information, we needed them to go somewhere. And how were we going to accomplish that? Now, we had an objective. The objective was to engage with these contacts the company had gathered throughout the years. And also, we had the challenge. The challenge was, there was no website and there was no way of redirecting these contacts to submit a deal so that they can get funded. So we worked right away and started developing our website, and also develop a form, a dynamic form that wasn't just your simple plain long form, but rather it was more like a slide. And so it provided steps to the contacts so that they can, once they filled in a box, then they would take them to the next. So it was very seamless and very engaging. That was the objective, and of course, we fulfilled that challenge by having the website and the form all together. Now, the lead generation method that we used was very simple, was email marketing. Why? Because again, this new company had a very large contact list. And so we figured, you know what, why don't we just create an email marketing piece and target these contacts? And now that we have a website and we have a form that's nice and beautiful, and have them just submit all the necessary information for the loan officers to see whether they qualify for a loan or not. And so that's what we did. And the contact this was the first time we actually worked with a very large amount of contacts, 40,000. That was a lot. And we were trying to see if, we were hoping that we didn't run into any issues. Now that we had a website and also a nice inquiry form, our next job was to search for a platform, an email platform, where we can distribute all these to these contacts. So we tried several applications. We tried MailChimp, and we ran into policy issues where I guess they were very limited with the real estate and lending or mortgage industry. So we had to just scratch that off and search for another one. And obviously, since most of the very known applications these days are usable, we tried using also Constant Contact, and we were able to develop the email pieces with them, and we didn't have any issues with policies or anything like that. So we used it for, I want to say, more or less 2 to 3 months or so. And the reason why we didn't last that long was because we found a better platform, a platform that was not only had the right tools to distribute email pieces, but also capture all the inquiries and place them in a pipeline. But that's a whole different story. So again, we fulfill our objective by creating a cool looking website and also a dynamic inquiry form. And we already had the platform to fetch all that information. Now, after having the email, the form, and the email platform, one of the most important things that we always consider is the design of the email piece and also the headline. How is it that we want the email recipients to look at our email so that they can take action rather than just opening the email and then leaving it? I know that that's the typical scenarios where you have the email being blasted and then the recipient, the end user, either just sees the email or they open the email and it ends there. But we wanted to do more. We wanted to provide the call to actions immediately. So as soon as they see, well, first of all, the subject line is very important. And after that, once they open that email, that subject line needs to tie in with the headline and the graphics. And having that together, plus the call to action, it enables the recipient to take action and be redirected to the page that we, link that call to action. And then finally, after, spending some time designing this email pieces, one of the things that we always look forward to is the report. We want to know what was it that the recipient, inquired. What were they looking for? And so our reporting allowed us to see what type of loan programs were more effective, or rather more, more needed. And so this report tells us that this type of loans were the ones that people were looking for at this particular time. Now, one of the things that I do want to mention is whenever we do, lead generation, we already know that there's different methods, right? There is organic, there is paid ads, either through Google or Facebook and email marketing in of various ways. And so this report also showed us that our email marketing campaigns were generating, relative leads so that the company can then work with those leads and then close those deals. And so you can see the graph that our email marketing was the highest, where we were obtaining leads when we were blasting the email marketing pieces. So again, that is the method we use for this new and upcoming company. And since then, we've been doing very great. Obviously now, more channels were open to generate more leads aside from email marketing. Now we're doing SEO, and we did Facebook advertising through forms, and coming soon, we'll be doing Google Ads. So don't forget to like this video if you think this information was very informative and can help you, and also subscribe. We will do our best to provide more informational videos that can help you grow and scale your business.